It's said that only legends know no bounds. Well, it seems that legends also know no time limits. And the legend we're talking about today is precisely what we're going to talk about today. In this video, you'll get to see what is considered to be the largest ancient city in North America. So without any further ado, let's get started. Hello and welcome back to another episode of our video series where we tell you all about the most mysterious archaeological sites in the world. Today, we're heading to the United States of America. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Today, we're going to take a journey back in time to a place that was once a bustling metropolis. Home to thousands of people, mounds, temples, and palaces. Welcome to Cahokia. During its heyday between 1000 and 1350 A, this city was the cultural, economic, and political center of the Mississippian culture, thriving at the very heart of North America. Located just 20 miles east of present-day St. Louis, Illinois, Cahokia covers an area of about 6 square miles, which is equivalent to nearly half of Manhattan. Imagine all the hustle and bustle, the merchants selling their wares, the priests chanting prayers, and the king holding court in his magnificent palace. But what makes Cahokia so special? What is it about this ancient city that has captured the imaginations of historians and archaeologists alike? Archaeologists have uncovered evidence that suggests that people lived in the area for more than 2,000 years before the city was founded. The earliest inhabitants were nomadic hunters and gatherers who followed the herds of bison and elk that roamed the plains. Over time, they were replaced by more settled agricultural communities that grew crops such as corn, beans, and squash. But it wasn't until around the year 1000 that the first large-scale mounds were built and the city of Cahokia began to emerge. The population grew rapidly during the late 12th century, reaching an estimated 20,000 residents at its peak. That's more than the entire population of London at the time. The city was laid out in a grid pattern with wide streets and large plazas. It was surrounded by a thick palisade fence made of wood that served as a defense against invaders. One of the most impressive features of Cahokia is the mounds that dot the landscape. There are over 100 mounds in total, ranging in size from small burial mounds to the massive Monk's Mound, which stands nearly 100 feet tall and covers 14 acres. These mounds were not just for show. They were important religious and ceremonial centers, as well as platforms for the homes of the elite. The largest mound, Monk's Mound, was likely the site of important rituals and festivals. It was also the residence of the city's most powerful rulers. The mounds were also used as burial grounds for important members of society. Archaeologists have found burials containing hundreds of valuable artifacts, including copper bracelets, pearl necklaces, and stone axes. As we mentioned earlier, the growth of Cahokia can be attributed to a number of factors, including the fertile soil of the region, the abundance of natural resources, and the city's strategic location along major trade routes. The city was located at the confluence of several rivers, including the Mississippi and Missouri, which made it a hub for trade and transportation. It was also surrounded by rich farmland, which provided food for the growing population. Now that we've told you a bit about Cahokia, we'd like to tell you about life in the city. Life in Cahokia was probably very different from what we're used to today. Back then, there was no electricity, running water, or modern conveniences. People had to rely on things like farming, hunting, and gathering for their food, and they didn't have the same kind of jobs that we do today. However, despite the differences, life in Cahokia could still be pretty exciting. Just imagine walking down a busy street filled with vendors selling their wares, musicians playing lively tunes, and people from all over the region coming together to trade and socialize. You might have seen people dressed in colorful clothing, feathers, and ornaments made from precious metals. There were probably also festivals and celebrations throughout the year with dancing, singing, and feasting. But life in Cahokia wasn't all fun and games. As with any city, there were probably some downsides as well. Living conditions could be tough, especially for the poor or those who didn't have access to clean water or health care. There were also probably a lot of bugs and other pests around, not to mention the occasional attack from a neighboring tribe. But despite the challenges, life in Cahokia was unique and exciting, and it would have been a truly fascinating place to live, work, and explore. In addition to the mounds, Cahokia was also home to a variety of other structures, including houses, workshops, and storage buildings. The city's residents were primarily farmers, but there was also a class of artisans and traders who produced and traded goods such as pottery, textiles, and jewelry. The city was also home to a large number of priests and other religious figures who played an important role in the lives of the people. Religion played a central role in the culture of Cahokia. The city's inhabitants worshipped a supreme being who they believed controlled the forces of nature, including the sun, rain, and thunder. They also believed that the dead could return as spirits, and they built elaborate burial mounds to honor their ancestors. Human sacrifice was also practiced in the city, although the extent to which it was used is unknown. Archaeologists have discovered evidence of at least 2 mass killings in the city's central plaza, but it's unclear whether these were part of religious rituals or the result of warfare. But the city's size and wealth did not last forever. By the early 1300s, Cahokia had been largely abandoned. No one knows exactly why the city was abandoned. Some theories suggest that the city's size and wealth attracted the attention of neighboring tribes who raided the city for resources. Others believe that the city's reliance on agriculture led to the depletion of the soil and eventually the abandonment of the city. A third theory suggests that a devastating earthquake caused the city to be abandoned. Regardless of the reason for its decline, the city was completely abandoned by the year 1400. If you're interested in learning more about Cahokia, we highly recommend visiting the site itself. The mounds and other structures are well preserved, and there is a museum on site that provides a wealth of information about the city's history. You can also visit nearby East St. Louis to see the Cahokia Mound State Historic Site, which contains additional mounds and a visitor center. If you can't make it to the site itself, there are plenty of resources available online and in libraries that can help you learn more about this fascinating ancient city. From the grandeur of its architecture to the complexity of its society, Cahokia was a true metropolis and one of the most influential cities in pre-Columbian America. Its legacy continues to inspire awe and wonder in those who study it, and it serves as a reminder of the rich history of the United States. With that, we're now at the end of this episode. We hope you enjoyed learning about the ancient city of Cahokia, and if you did, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.